if you want to fix your gut, you got to eat more plants. The reason is plants not only feed the gut microbiome because they have prebiotic fibers in them, but guess what? They contain beneficial probiotics themselves, things like Lactobacillus, Enterococcus, Bifidobacterium, Bacillus. All these key bacteria actually exist within the plants. So when you consume them, you don't overcook them, you like lightly steam them, you can retain these bacteria. And when you consume them, they're full of these bacteria on the surfaces of the plants. You break them down, you eat them. Guess what? You're implanting bacteria in your gut. This is the idea of eating more raw, having more fresh juices, eating more, like raw foods in general, spinach, lightly steaming your broccoli, your cauliflower, your different vegetables. Each of these vegetables are going to have different colonies of bacteria. So you want to be able to go ahead and improve your gut microbiome. We got to have not only diversity in fiber from these plants, but diversity in the bacteria that are on the plants. And this is why it's great to be able to get stuff that's, from organic sources that contain these type of bacteria, these natural bacteria. If you get ones that are, conventional, that are more like obviously pesticide ridden, then you have a lower probability of having these beneficial bacteria because you're going to have all these pesticides that kind of knock them out. But the reality is you don't want to look at your healing of the gut just from the supplements. You can heal your gut just from getting the bacteria, the prebiotic fibers from your foods, and then getting other fibers from other prebiotics like acacia and apple pectin and these other things that actually feed the gut microbiome. So if you're caught in the loop where you're just wondering what the heck to do, the reality is that there's actually even bacteria in your food. If you eat enough plants, that will help to recolonize your gut. And the more fiber you put in there, combined with the more of these lightly steamed foods and the more raw fruits and the more, raw vegetables and things like that, the more you're going to recolonize that gut and get to a place where it's healed and starting to produce more short chain fatty acids, and there's less inflammation. And, overall you have lower colonization of bad guys as the good guys grow. And, the reality is the more fiber you consume, the more these good guys are going to grow. The more plants you consume, the more they're going to grow. The less of the bad food, the meats, the cheeses, the eggs, the processed foods, the less of those things, the less of the bad guys that you go ahead and feed. So plant-based diet to me is what I stick with mostly. I'm not going to lie, I do have some animal products. I do have like eggs, I have some dairy here and there, but I don't really go beyond that much. I just stick with the plants because not only do they contain the bacteria that we're looking for to heal, but they contain the prebiotics that feed the good bacteria that are already in my stomach. And those are the things that can keep me healthy, keep the inflammation down. And right now I have no symptoms at all. I mean, I'm completely loose over my entire body. You can't even massage me and find a knot anywhere. And it's because I've gone so plant-based and gone so anti-inflammatory with my diet for so long that my body is just calm. It's just really untriggerable unless I just consume all the wrong things simultaneously at once. And I have like these minor flares. Before, I would consume next to anything and my throat would swell up and I'd have reactions all over and itching and panic attacks, etc. The reality is I couldn't have got here if I didn't transition towards more plants. I would have been this never-ending loop. I tried that for 17 years, and that's just not what's going to work. Trust me. Your parents, their parents knew it. Everybody knows that plants are good for you, and it's because they contain nutrients, they contain phytonutrients, they contain prebiotics, they actually contain good bacteria that help your stomach reset, help your immune system calm down. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I got hundreds of articles on there, and if you have any question about if these really contain good bacteria, check the several studies that point out that plants, vegetables, fruits, these things actually contain bacteria in them. If you doubt, go ahead and even go and get some apple juice and some carrot juice and shake it up and listen. You'll see there's bubbles. Even pasteurizing these things, it doesn't kill all the bacteria in there. All right, so thanks for watching. Go to my website. Take care, everybody.